6 on Sunday night that it dramatically slowed down yesterday. Okay? So today, please, let's get some good support for the Dark Souls stream, not only to support Dark Souls as a playthrough, but also, obviously, so that we can open some One Piece cards at the end of this stream, too. So let's do both, right? Let's do them both in tandem. That'd be awesome, okay? So that's the first stream. Tonight on the late stream, it's stream number 2 of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. Now, I'm happy to report the game is great, right? The graphics are improved, lots of quality of life improvements. The music is amazing. However, sadly, there is one negative thing about Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, okay? So, in all of their wisdom, which I use the term insanely lightly, whoever owns the legal licensing rights to the remixed soundtrack of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster decided to load the entirety of the soundtrack. Not one track, not a few tracks. Every single track of the soundtrack was loaded into YouTube's Content ID system. Hence, what that means is anyone who plays the game on YouTube immediately has the entire playthrough claimed by third parties for music. And it's not just one third party. I actually showed a screenshot the other day, Sunday night, when it hit me. Each video is being claimed by about 12 parties. So that means all the ad revenue is going in every direction except this one. Okay? So a ton of these licensing companies and music companies are all making money on my playthrough, just not me. Isn't that nice that because I'm using the natural soundtrack of a game that I purchased a license to play and make content with is somehow the legal property of someone else, even though I'm using it within the terms of the contract that I signed when I purchased the license to play the game? I'm not breaking the law. I'm doing the legal thing, but they are going to keep my content as their property and get all the ad revenue on it. And you might say, well, I don't understand because how is that legal? It's not. It's literally not. It's not a legal process. It's completely illegal to do that. But YouTube has an automated process. If someone were to get a big lawyer and sue YouTube for the Content ID system misflagging content, they would lose. Because it mass misflags content constantly. It always attributes the rights incorrectly to the wrong parties. It's breaking the law literally probably 100,000 times a day, but no one does anything about it. Now, is it that big of a deal? No, not really. Because in reality, it's not like the Final Fantasy playthrough is doing gangbusters in views. For example, let me casually just take a look and see how it's doing. Now, keep in mind, the videos have not even been live for 2 days yet. But I'm just curious, how's the playthrough doing? Let's see. Part 1 has over 1,000 views. Part 2, 463 views. That's not a lot of views. So even if those were monetized videos, probably would have been less than 20 bucks anyway on the 2 videos. But that's still rightfully mine, and I can't get it. Okay? So, here's the deal. If you like Final Fantasy VI, if you're happy that I'm playing my favorite RPG of all time, and I'm playing a new version that has better graphics, remixed audio, all these improvements, and you're here and you're excited. I've already changed the schedule around to play more of the game because I love it, and you loved it Sunday night, and you said you wanted more right away. So, if you love it, here's what you could do. Come to the stream tonight and support it. Whether that means you become a member or a sub, or you give some, or you do a tip, or whatever. Support the stream tonight, okay? That way, it's viable for me to play this game at length and do all the content rather than have to rush through it because I'm making no money on the back end. Normally, there's stream revenue and there's back end revenue for all of my content. And you might say, well, you must not make a lot of back end revenue. I make a decent amount. I'm not going to lie. I make a pretty decent amount of ad revenue on videos. Now, it's because I have a channel that's been around for 18 years, and I'm constantly making ad revenue on every video. Yeah, it's a little bit for a lot of videos every day, you see? But on average, like let's say, for example, I take a look at the videos. I'm going to refresh my page here from a few days ago. I'll take a look at some of the videos that I put out last week, Okay, so for example, the Marvel ToeCon videos, taking a look at the revenue that I made on those, I probably made about $30 just on the Marvel ToeCon videos. I'm serious. Even like, what do you mean? One of the videos only has 1,000 views. Yeah, doesn't matter. I got made good ad revenue on those videos. Any of these morning shows, daily wraps, etc., I make a few bucks on each. Okay? For me, it's actually about frequency. It's not about getting mass engagement on any particular video. Yeah, sure, if one of these videos blew up and ended up getting, say, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views, yes, I'd make more money. But each video usually at minimum pulls in a few bucks, sometimes 5 or more, and I put out enough videos that it's significant income for me every day. All right? So I'm making a decent amount on the ad revenue. Again, it's not gangbusters. It's not going to change the game or anything, but it is nice that I get something. In the case of Final Fantasy, I get nothing. So if you support the streams, thank you, Only Ice Hockey. If you support the streams via these kind of contributions, I can keep playing Final Fantasy VI because I won't have to worry about any of the back-end stuff that's being taken away from me. Okay? So please do so. Please come by tonight on the late stream and please support the content. Okay? Thank you. Let's do some shout-outs now because some contributions have come in. Only Ice Hockey is our first sub over on Kick tonight. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I see tonight, but it's actually this morning. It's 11:51 a.m. for me. So thank you for that. That's our first contribution of the day. I appreciate that. It also looks like we may have a couple tips. Let's take a look. First tip of the day is a very generous $25 tip. Thank you so much, whoever this is. We're going to read this message out in a second, but allow me to play you a nice animation. Here we go. Did anyone hear that? I swear, I just can't hear the animation sound effects anymore. I don't know why, but I couldn't hear that. I'm going to play it again. Like, I'm actually upset. I want to hear that. Why can't I hear it? I don't know why it's so low. I hope you guys can hear it. Okay. So. Ready? So this person says, I'm anonymous. I've been online for years. Only knew you through the memes. Gave your Lego Batman stream a shot expecting to laugh. I've watched almost daily since. You've been seriously mischaracterized. I love your chill vibes and your takes. Keep it up. Okay, let's be fair. All right? Even to be fair to the whole situation. Yeah, years ago, I used to be different. Okay? I'm gonna be honest here. I used to act super serious all the time. I used to act like my shit didn't stink. I used to blame everything around me except me. I used to act like I was infallible, like everything I did was perfect. Basically, I was conceited. Okay, I was full of myself. And that was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? That was 15 years ago when I started as a creator. I was actually one of the biggest gaming YouTubers that existed at the time. Okay, I was top of the food chain. I was one of the highest ranking machinima partners and all of that. And I think it was that conceited, narcissistic, full of myself, don't want to accept constructive criticism attitude that sadly had a lot of people hate me. They turned on me. They started making negative videos about me. This is how you don't play compilations, etc. But what happened is the internet over the last 10, 15 years learned dogpiling on a negative meme gets you cheap attention, cheap views, and money. And that's sad because what's happened is now there's these group mentalities about things on the internet that maybe have a nugget of truth to them, but aren't really true. And what's happened is people like you have come by every once in a while and checked out my stuff and said, hey, I feel like this guy feels an asshole. Let me go laugh at him for a few minutes. And then they tune into the stream and they're like, wait a minute. So I'm watching the stream and he's doing a morning show. And yes, he did mention supporting the show, but he only mentioned it once. Yeah, he talked about card openings, but he only mentioned it during that one particular segment. And then he moved on and he talked about news and he talked about games and he talked about all this other stuff. Why does everyone just say that all he does is talk about money and card openings? I don't get it. Well, because that's what gets them the views. That's what gets them the attention. That's what gets them the cheap clickbait. So they roll with the meme. And on the internet, if everyone groupthink believes something, it becomes common belief, even if there's no evidence of it. And that's the case. So, yeah, here we are, chilling, enjoying, talking about Final Fantasy. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. But people will be like, oh, so you see, Phil just sat there talking about money all morning. Like, huh? Just because I shouted out contributions and I answered people's questions in tandem with what they supported with doesn't mean that I talked about money all morning, but that's what they say. So, to the anonymous $25 tipper, first off, thanks for even giving me a fair shot and checking me out. Thanks for watching, and thank you for giving me a honest, fair shot, and I'm glad to hear that you are enjoying and supporting. And by the way, what you just did is literally the best way to do it. Stay lurking in the wings, in the background, enjoying the content, because then you can't become a target. Because these idiots will now say, oh, he made a $25 tip. We're so upset that Phil got some support today. This is awful, right? So, yeah, it's pretty lame. So I want you to be fair, to be safe. Thanks for the anonymous tip. Don't worry, no one can mess with you now. And thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay? Cool. Let's see here. That's not correct. Someone just did a $1.25 tip and says, Super Chats are available on your Final Fantasy VI playthrough videos. They're monetized. According to YouTube, sharing ad earnings and shopping is disabled. That's the status. So there's many different statuses on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to check on it right now. So right now I am looking at part 1 of Final Fantasy VI. Here's what it says. Ready? No impact to channel. This is not a copyright strike, just a claim. No impact to the video's reach. The video can be viewed across everywhere. Video sharing ad earnings. Okay? You're sharing ad revenue with a relevant artist or claim it. And shopping disabled. You're unable to display any tagged products or content because you're technically using a license you don't own. So now I click on view details. And what it shows is that at the very beginning of the video, it's claiming the prelude, FFPR version, meaning Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster version. It's the crystal theme, the title theme. The first 48 seconds of the video have the title screen and the menu selection. It claimed, and listen to this, claimants, mint, SGAE_CS, JASRAC, ICE Core, ASCAP. 5 claimants. 5. So that means any revenue that this video is going to receive will be split across 5 different people. So let's say this video was supposed to make $1. That means that each person, each claimant will get 20 cents, okay? In reality, that's actually not how it works because this has happened to me before. And what I've noticed is when it says you're sharing revenue, when you go back and check, you make almost nothing. Like, you might think, oh, you made $1, so you should make 20 cents. No, I'll make a penny. They'll keep 99 cents. I'll make a penny. That's what they'll allow me to have on a shared revenue video, okay? Now, you're saying you can do a super chat on it. I don't know how that works. It used to be that if a video got claimed, you could not do a super thanks on it whatsoever. Maybe they've changed it, okay? I don't know. As of now, no, there's no super thanks on those videos. And like I said, the best way to contribute would be a tip because there's no knowing that if someone leaves a super thanks, it may go to 5 other parties first, and then I get the pennies that slip through their fingers, okay? So that's just me. I just literally read it word for word to you. 5 different parties are claiming the music on Final Fantasy VI, and that's the prelude. Let me go to part 2. Part 2 is even better, okay? That was part 1. Where's part 2? Here's part 2. Okay, so I do the same thing. So on part 2, the Returners FFPR version, the Minds of Narsh FFPR version, and the Unforgiven FFPR version are all claimed. And each one of those has 3 to 5 claimants. This one has 3. The page just crashed. I've never seen this happen before. The page crashed when I was clicking on the claimant. Hold on. Let me try it again. I mean, that's how good YouTube system is. The page just crashes randomly. So that one had 3. This one has 4. 4 claimants. This one has 1, 2, This one has 6 claimants. 6. So on my one video, there's 13 claims against it. Do you think I'm going to see a penny from the video? 13 claims against Part 2 of Final Fantasy VI. What the holy hell, man? What on earth? Okay, so nice try trying to say that I'm a liar. I literally read word for word what I'm seeing, and like I said, I do believe that, sadly, when that happens, even if someone does a super thanks on the video, you don't get it. It's going to go to all the claimants. You don't see a penny. So, please, I would say, don't leave a super thanks on the Final Fantasy videos, right? Don't pay the music companies who aren't owed a dime here. You know, if you want to support, go to the streams and support those live streams, or leave a tip, because the tip goes to my PayPal, and then I actually get it. Okay? Okay, so what's going on over here? We've got 500 kicks from Only Ice Hockey. Thank you for the kicks, Only Ice Hockey. Then we've got Soul Maid Gone. So I guess it's supposed to be a troll. But you don't know what they're talking about. Of course, my wife did not leave, and she's not my soul maid. And you spelled maid wrong. And you spelled soul wrong. You spelled everything wrong. Do you even understand the meme? You probably don't. Anyway, so far, Dave sent me... Oh, hold on. First of all, it was Baker3G sent 100 kicks. Thank you to Baker. And then this person sent 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 kicks. So that's about another $6 of revenue between the two of you guys. So thanks. We're now up to 42 of support for this stream so far. So we're almost halfway to our first pack opening of One Piece. Nice. Let's go. Thank you, guys. By the way, I have no idea why my hair is sticking out right here. See, this tuft of hair is bothering me. It's just sticking out the side of my head weird. Very nice. Okay, so, folks, that's pretty much the topics that I have for today. So, quick reminder. Number 1, Dark Souls 2 continues after the morning show. We're going to try to backtrack to a couple places and get some stuff we missed. Then we're going to try to go and finish up Doors of Pharos and then to the King's area and into the near end game. That's number 1. Number 2, tonight, Final Fantasy VI. Please come by and support the stream because I'm not making any revenue on the videos after the fact. The first stream went absolutely stellar, and I'm looking forward to tonight very much. I hope that you guys will join me for tonight's stream. It should be a great time. Number 3, One Piece cards arrive this afternoon live during this stream. I'll keep checking to see when they arrive, and when they do, I will, I'll bring them in, I'll show them off, and if you guys support this stream, at the very end, we'll be doing DSP pack rips for the first time ever. One Piece cards, we'll get to see what they look like, okay? Cool. All right, another 100 kicks from the memester here. Thanks for 100 kicks there. We're now up to 43 of support. Thank you. Okay, so I've covered all the topics I wanted to cover on today's morning show. All right, now, please, if you would like to discuss anything, tag me in the chat, okay? And let's see what you guys want to talk about this morning. All right, let's go. What's up? What's everyone up to, and what would you like to talk about? I can see we have a bunch of mentally deranged people in the Kick Chat today. Where'd I get this shirt? Kohl's. That's the store I bought this shirt at, Kohl's. Will I play the Fable remake? I already played a Fable remake. The Fable that I played was a remake. So you're telling me they're remaking the remake? I mean, that's pretty lame that they keep remaking remakes. They just did that with Halo. That's why I'm not playing it today, because I looked into it. I'm like, it's stupid. And now they're doing it with Fable. So basically Microsoft has no new content. So they're just re-offering the same content 2, 3, 4 times. That's interesting. Probably not. I'm probably not playing the Fable remake. If I played Guitar Hero, would I get copyright strikes for playing copywritten music? It's a good question. Yes or no? I might not. I might get claimed like the Final Fantasy video. It might get blocked, meaning the video can be played, but they mute it on me so no one can hear the music. or it could get a copyright strike. It could be any of those. And the thing is, whenever you're doing music like this, you never know. Obviously, the risk of using real licensed tracks is high compared to in-game music. Technically, in-game music almost never gets this issue because when you pay the license to play the video game, what's included is your experience with the game, including listening to the music. But YouTube doesn't care. YouTube actually completely bypasses the legal agreement you have with the company and says, we claim it anyway, which is illegal. Which is, like I said, if someone sues YouTube, they don't have a leg to stand on. Their content ID system, hundreds of thousands of times a day, violates the claim system of content and therefore would be shut down. But no one sues them. So their system remains flawed. Not much can be done about it. You know, if you want to use YouTube, you got to kind of accept it. As for, you know, the Guitar Hero stuff, I would guess there's a much higher increased chance that the music in Guitar Hero would get this issue because it's licensed tracks, you know? It's not just in-game, you know, soundtrack of a video game. No, I am not part Jewish whatsoever. I have no Jewish in me. Do I need extra support on the Final Fantasy VI streams because YouTube is taking my revenue? No. I just want the streams to do well. That's it. I just want them to do well. I don't want them to be dead streams. I'm nervous because I love the game. It's my favorite RPG of all time. But when I went to play RPGs in the past, like Suikoden 2, or, what was it, Metaphor, right? Or others, they don't do well. And that sucks because I love the games and I want to keep playing them, and I can't. So in this case, not only am I worried that it's a JRPG and typically we don't have a lot of ongoing attendance and support for those games, but also I'm not making back-end revenue either, so it's like a double risk, right? Okay. Ovo, first off, Ovo, I'm well aware that you're a Wings of Redemption troll. Everyone knows who you are, okay, just for the record. And by the way, I don't care that you're a Wings troll or if you're trolling me. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't. This dumb shit, it just doesn't. Now he says, are you concerned Wings of Redemption trolls will migrate to you? No. I have no concern. I already have an army of idiots who fuck with me every day. Who cares if another army of idiots moves over and fucks with me every day? It's the same shit. It's literally the same for me. It won't affect me in any way. It's the same activity that I've been going through for years. The thing is about with the Wings trolls, right? The Wings trolls have basically said, at least many of them, I don't know if any of them, and I don't know if this is your philosophy, because I know that you're one of them, that the reason that they troll Wings is because he has opportunity to change and has been given opportunity after opportunity to change, but he refuses. That he falls back into his laziness patterns, his the thing over and over, overeating, spending in the wrong places, right? Being irresponsible and being lazy and basically making the same content over and over every single day, not really taking in feedback or constructive criticism, but instead just falling into the same loop and then blaming it on his trolls and blaming it on depression and things like that. Am I correct in stating that that's why his trolls are so hard on him, is because this guy has had so many opportunities to succeed, but he fails because of his own devices, right? Fair? Is that a fair enough summary of the troll summary of Wings of Redemption? So if that were the case, right, how does that apply to me? I'm not failing. I'm not complaining of failing. I'm changing rapidly at an accelerated pace, constantly for the better. I'm taking constructive criticism, right? I'm not falling into the same patterns. Oh, okay, you're saying they're called vices, not devices. Okay, fair enough. That actually is a good way to say it. His vices, not his devices. Gotcha. His vices force him to fail over and over, and then he blames that on everybody else, right? And that's why the trolls don't like him. Got it. In my case, my trolls don't like me because they make money. That's it. They don't actually have a valid, real criticism, okay? When they say stuff about me, it's because they make money doing it. Okay? So if the Wings trolls, truly, that's the reason they trolled Wings, then if they move over to me, they're going to be like, well, oh, Phil did something wrong, but then people told him he did it wrong, and he course-corrected, and he changed, and he improved for the better. Look, he reinvests his money in the business. Look, he's changing here. He's changing. Look at him. Look at me. Lost all the weight, working out, doing the right things, right? It's kind of the opposite of the situation of when you guys watched Wings. So if truly that was the reason you didn't like Wings, you come over here, none of that applies. Now, you could probably find new reasons to not like me, but it certainly wouldn't be the same reasons that you didn't like Wings, right? In fact, Ovo, you're here. I'm just curious, since you're asking me the question, what is your thoughts about me and my content? Do you not like me? Do you think you want to dump on me? Like, what would be... I'm curious what would be the reason from a different group, because I'm so used to my own group of trolls always saying shit, and it's always bullshit, and it's just because they want to make money on a video, that I'm curious. I mean, we literally just had someone who did a $25 tip and said, I was only listening to your trolls, but then I come and watch your content, and I realize it's not what they say, so, you know, I'm enjoying your content now. So, that's interesting. You know, what do other people think? I'm curious. Because here's the thing. I'm always willing to accept constructive criticism these days. I welcome it. I want it. If outsiders can come to my content and say, well, here's what you're doing wrong and you can improve if you do this and this, I want to hear it. I love to hear it. Okay? Okay. I'll see what he says. Oh, she's probably typing something. Okay, anyway, I got shout-outs to do here. We have Red Eyes Black Dragon with a $5 super chat. Hopefully you can help out Wings some way, somehow. Well, I think Wings... I don't know what Wings is doing. Here's the thing. I hope he's doing fine. He's now been gone from making content for, what, 2 months about, I would say? And no one seems to have heard from him. Everyone keeps asking me, you know, have you heard from Wings or whatever? No, no. The truth is, Wings never talked to me, even when he was around. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like pulling teeth to get the guy to respond to a DM about me at all. So, for me, it's like I can't... he wouldn't be talking to me anyway, even if he were here. So, I have no insider information whatsoever. But the way I see it, if he's been away from the internet for 2 months, and he's not coming back in a panic mode saying, I need help and stuff like that, I guess he's doing well. And you know what? I'm happy for him. I hope that he does well. I hope that he stays away from the internet toxicity and stuff like that. And I hope that he's doing fine. You know, maybe this is what he needed. Maybe he needed the unplug. Maybe this is the life change he needed so that he could get back on pace. Maybe it really was constantly being plugged into the internet and getting dumped on and dunked on every day that was bringing him down. Who knows? I don't know. Again, that's what he said, but you don't know if you can really believe that or not. Like you said, Ovo, it really maybe is his own vices that bring him down and not the trolls. I wouldn't know. I don't know the guy well enough, right? All I knew, I'm an outside observer, just like many of you. I don't possess any exclusive inside info or anything like that at all. But I wish him the best, and I hope that he's doing good. And, you know, no, I have zero fear of trolls moving over and stuff. Listen, I got constant stuff that I'm dealing with. I had my chat freezing for 2 weeks. Had to get that fixed, right? You know, now people for another 2 weeks crapping on me because one of my biggest restreamers got shut down. They blame me. Even though I didn't do anything, they blame me because they just want more content. So they got to blame me so now they can have more content to make. Yeah, it's like, you know? Anyway, Red Eyes Black Dragon, thanks for $2. Maybe you could play a co-op game with him soon. He's not around. He's literally not around. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not online at all to talk to. So, no, I don't think I'll be doing anything with the guy. I think he purposefully wants to stay off the internet, and that's probably the best thing for him. You know? Nathan Smith has just come in with 10 gifted memberships over on YouTube. Thank you to Nathan. That is a big contribution. Let's get that on the leaderboard. $30 right there. That gets us up to $80 of support here on the morning show. We are well on our way to our first milestone and seeing some of these One Piece cards. So thank you so much, Nathan. Congrats to everyone who just got a gifted membership. Big Juicy Turds has just tipped me $5. And I think he enjoys hearing me say Big Juicy Turds, for the record. He says, hey man, I hope you have a good start to your week. I know you've given your opinion on the state of modern fighting games. All these recent titles have really opened my eyes to how bad things have gotten. Would you be able to expand more on the new Avatar, League of Legends, Marvel fighting games? Where'd all the sauce go? Do you know what I mean? All these flashy ass animations mean nothing. All the games play like Dragon Ball Fighters, in my opinion. Tekken and Street Fighter for life, those are even in bad spots. I went and booted up Street Fighter 4 this past week. I had a hell of a time. The old titles are just better. I'm glad Street Fighter 6 is popular esports-wise, But just like you aren't crazy about all the fighting game slop, it's slop. P.S. Big juicy turds, you don't have to read all of this. You're supposed to put that at the beginning of the message, not at the end. I already read it. But anyway, thank you, Big Juicy Turds. So, I've already said my piece on modern fighting games, but just to reiterate, because Big Juicy Turds contributed and is asking. What used to be... Here's what it used to be for fighting games, okay? Job 1, make a game that's addictive and fun, because we need people to stay in arcades playing on cabinets nonstop. Okay? Make a game so that when you're playing it competitively, it's at a level where it's entertaining and it's fun and it's addictive. Task 2 would be make the game flashy, attractive, to get the casual player to come up to the cabinet. Okay? But step 1 was to make the game good, because back then, it was about getting people out of their homes, off of their asses, physically going to the arcade to play physically against someone else. The competitive nature of the game had to be step 1, because that's the reason why you would leave your home to go play a game in the arcade, because you couldn't get that experience at home. Okay? So that was the first step. Then step 2, make it flashy, make it exciting, make it interesting. A lot of fighting games looked like shit but played well. It wasn't, I would argue, it wasn't until the era of the Versus series, like X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom, that fighting games really started to look flashy and awesome, like a moving comic book, right? Then it was like, ooh, look at all these giant supers and everything on the screen. What's happened is, with the era of the internet and the competitive nature of games over the internet, you no longer have to physically get anyone to go anywhere to play a fighting game. They play them at home, right? Therefore, the competitive nature of the game actually is no longer the selling point, because you don't need to have that reason to get up and physically go to the arcade. You already have it at home. So instead, now it's about, we got to make the game that looks the flashiest, that has the longest combos, that has the big supers that shake the screen, big cutscenes, and it has all the licensing. We got to have Dragon Ball. We got to have Avatar. We got to have Invincible. We got to have Marvel. That's now become the focus. They don't care about the competitive nature of the game anymore. They outright said in an interview, the Street Fighter 6, one of the lead producers said, our target demographic is now young teenagers. That's who we're seeking to get to play our game the most, because that's the people who we can get to jump in and spend and do all that. So that's who we're targeting toward. Young teenagers. Not people who are competitive players. They want casuals. Okay? So, with that being said, how do you think games are going to advance in the fighting genre? They're going to be made for casuals. They're going to be insanely easy to play. Mash the button and get a combo. Repeatedly press the same thing over and over and get a giant, energy reducing thing to come out, right? Oh, it's time for my level 3 super. Literally just press one button and get it. No motion required. But it's the level 3. It's supposed to be the highest level super that you had to save up meter to use, and it's got to be a big investment because you can only do it once per fight. Oh, here we go. Here it goes. Beep, done. Right? So, huh? It used to be the most elaborate move in the game. Now it's beep, done. And this will continue as long as the people who make the games only care about selling to casuals to make profits. Sadly, that's become the end-all, be-all of video games in the modern era. It used to be, let's make an amazing game that's a work of art, a competitive marvel, something that's culturally relevant, something that will stick with you, so you love it, then it becomes popular. Now it's all about, we just got to sell something that's going to sell a ton of copies and be popular. Who cares if it's actually good? And fighting games are just one of many genres, okay? This is the one, it's getting worse and worse, 100%. The games are dumbed down. They're for the masses. They're not competitively fun to play. They're boring, okay? In the case of Marvel Tokon, it's a hybrid. It is easy to play, but there is a level of complexity there that I'm seeing. I think it's better than Invincible Versus, to be frank with you, but I haven't really played it that much because the online play was trash. So once it comes out in about a little over a week and we start playing it for real, then we'll talk about it more and we'll see. But for now, yeah, I'll be honest, I don't like the way that fighting games are going. I think that it's going to be for the worse. Okay. And then Big Juicy Turds did another dollar tip and said, yes, please talk about modern fighting games, which I just did. So thank you for the dollar tip, Big Juicy Turds. Okay. All right, in addition, Nathan Smith gifted another 5 memberships here. Thank you, Nathan. So that's going to get us up to, well, he's at 15. That's another $15 of support. So that gets us up to 101, which means it is official. We'll be opening 2 packs of our first ever One Piece cards on this very stream as they arrive. When they arrive, we'll take a look at the box together. And absolutely, we'll be doing One Piece later today on DSP Pack Rip. So thank you for this early support, everybody. Also, I got 200 more kicks from the memester. So thanks for 200 more kicks. We're now at 103 of support. All right, so now how it works, we've already qualified and we're doing the show. For every $50 raised past this, so at 150, 200, 250, that's another pack of One Piece cards we'll open. If we hit 250 cumulative, we'll also open a pack of Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon. Okay? Excellent. Very nice. Abdullah is here. He says, will you pre-order Gears E-Day? No, it's Game Pass. I'm not going to pre-order it. Will you participate in the beta on the 6th of August? If it's an open beta, yes. If you have to pre-order to play it, no. I have registered for a few different network tests. I registered for the Duskbloods network test, and I think it's in about 2 weeks we get an answer on if I'm in that. This morning, I registered for the new Crazy Taxi network test. They actually have registration open as of this morning. You can register to be in the new Crazy Taxi game, and I registered for that. Fingers crossed I'll get into that too. That would be pretty cool to get into these. And we just did the open beta for Marvel Tokon. I'll be playing Marvel Tokon in a little over a week's time when it comes out. And I think there's something else coming up too. Hold on. Let's see. The Gears of War E-Day beta starts August 6th and it runs through the 10th. So likely that week, yeah, I'll try it. That's the open beta, right? Yes. Cool. Okay, let's see. Street Fighter 4 was technically, but had easy inputs, says the Mad Villain. Street Fighter 4 was the beginning of them trying to casualize Street Fighter. In Street Fighter 4, you never had to input a Dragon Punch motion. You could just double tap the corner and press punch, and it would come out. And I hated that. And everyone did it. I didn't. I always did the full motion, but everyone used the input shortcuts, and I thought it was super lame. That was the beginning of the end. No, I was not at the EVO with the historic Daigo Perry. The EVO I went to was the year after. That was the one that I got 4th place. That was the year after that. Nathan Smith says, how many Crazy Taxis did you play? I only played the one on PS2. So I played it when it was originally an arcade game, which a lot of people don't even know that. That Crazy Taxi was a stand-up arcade machine that had a wheel and a pedal on the floor. So you would use your foot to drive and you would turn with the wheel on a stand-up arcade machine. Really weird because most of them were sit-downs. But Crazy Taxi was a stand-up machine, okay? So I played that. And then later on, it got ported to Dreamcast, and I played the Dreamcast home version. And those are the 2 versions that I've played. No, I didn't see that LTG called me a racist and a homophobe, but good for him. He can call me whatever he wants. It doesn't mean that he's right or has any idea what the fuck he's talking about. The guy's a lunatic. Thank you, Darth Lady Goss says, I like your shirt. First time, I'm wearing all these shirts now, buttoned and normal. I used to wear them as overshirts over undershirts, but now I'm wearing them like normal shirts because I actually fit into them now because I lost all my weight. I'm basically skinny now, and they feel great. Like, these are awesome summertime shirts. I'm actually happy that I have such a nice collection. I actually get to wear them normally now. I think they look good on me. Did I decide if an August marathon is happening? Well, no, because we didn't really talk about it. Okay. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Would you guys like to do a August marathon? And if we do it, what do you want it to be? I'm open to doing it. August would be the month to do it because it's a slow month for games. Outside of Marvel Tokon and this Gears beta, there is nothing in the middle of August. There's nothing until the end. So we could easily do a marathon mid-August, but the question is, what should it be? Mega Man X, we could do that. What I would want to do is finish the Mega Man game that we got into the middle of and didn't finish months ago when we did that last Mega Man marathon. When did we do that last Mega Man marathon? Let's see. So the third one was August of last year. Huh. Here it is. It was May. We did it in May. That's right. It was May 1st. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about it. It was May 1st. So, I mean, technically, yeah. We could do another Mega Man marathon. What we'll do is we'll finish up whichever Mega Man it was that I was in the middle of. I think it was the last one. Was it Mega Man 10? So we'll probably finish up Mega Man 10, and then we'll go on to the Mega Man X games. We'll get that collection. We could do that. Now, Nathan Smith says, what about classic platformer marathon? We could do that too. We could do a classic platformers marathon, but which ones? See, how about this? I'm open to it. We could either do it early to middle August if you guys want, but let's talk about it and let's figure out what we want to do so that we're all on the same page. So when we do it, there's a consensus and people are interested. Not, we think about it last minute, we throw it together, I go to do it and no one shows up. All right? Because I definitely want it to be something that's worthwhile. Nah, nothing here. RPGs don't work for marathons because they're too long. Like, the idea of a marathon is that you can get into a game and get a good chunk into it and make good progress. In RPG, we could literally do an 8 to 10 hour marathon and not even play a third of the game. Do you see? I don't think that wouldn't work. That memeing guy did another 100 kicks. Thanks for 100 kicks. Now we're up to 104 of support. This is excellent. We're on our way to a third pack of One Piece cards. Thank you. Oh, guess what? Guess what? I think the One Piece cards have arrived. So, you know what? Why don't you go check? This will be cool. I'll show them to you right now before we get started. Cool. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. First of all, sorry it took me so long. My legs are tired because I've been working out. I actually had a few days off from working out, almost a week, because of weird stuff last week with scheduling and the heat and everything. I started working out again a couple days. Now my whole body is sore. My legs are sore. I'm like trying to walk. I'm like, oh, my freaking leg is killing me. Anyway, so guess what? This is pretty cool, okay? So not only do I have my first ever box of One Piece cards right here. It says One Piece, The Time of Battle. So this is set 16. Officially branded Bandai Namco cards. It even says Bandai Namco on like the seal. You know, it's on the box right there. Okay, so there it is. But what it is a lot of these sellers are trying to incentivize that you go with them. This particular seller said, if you buy a box of One Piece cards from me, I will include a randomized pack of cards from another set. I didn't even realize this because I was opening. I was like, what is this loose thing? So they actually gave me a free pack of cards of One Piece set 8. Okay, which is, I don't know because the text is so small, I can't even read it. Oh, it's in Japanese. Oh, you know what? These are the Japanese cards. So they gave you a pack of OP8 from the Japanese set. If anyone knows what the Japanese set 8 was called. So that's it right there. Okay? So that's a freebie pack you get for buying the box of OP16. Now, this is the English cards. Yeah, it says right here. See, English card game, the time of battle. So there you go. Okay? So today we will be opening at least 2 packs of One Piece, the time of battle. Okay? And if we get more support, we'll open even more of this. Okay? Cool. There's Luffy right there on the front. That's his brother. The character on the top, I don't recognize. I don't know who that is at the top there. There's going to be tons of characters I don't know. Because I only know the story of One Piece, basically through Alabasta. I saw the Skypiea arc. I saw the Killer Bark arc. I've seen it on and off. I saw the very beginning of Egghead, but I never watched it past a few episodes. So I've watched it on, off during the years. So I don't know half the characters. Like, I'm going to be like, I don't know this one. I don't know this one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm excited. So this today, at the end of this stream, support this stream. Let's go. Let's get to 150. That's pack 3, 200 pack 4, right? A $50 contribution. That's a bonus pack. Let's do our first ever One Piece unpackings on this stream. I'm excited. Okay. That's cool that it showed up live during the show. Okay. Mr. Motorboat says, hey, you just need to get to episode 1000, then you get hooked. There you go. Mr. Satan is here. How are you doing, Satan? Good morning. Or good afternoon. It's now afternoon. So someone's asking, how much do One Piece boxes cost? I don't know new retail because you can't get them new retail. Just like everything else, they're sold out. I've seen them go as cheap as around $200 to $220, but the older sets go for like $400 or $500. That particular one, because I think that's the latest set, I want to say that was under $300. It was under $300 for that box. Yes, it was. But I can't remember the exact price. It's Thriller Bark, not Killer Bark. Right? Yeah, it's Thriller Bark. Did I say Killer Bark? It's Thriller Bark. The Thriller Bark arc. Yeah, there was a time skip, too. There was a One Piece time skip. And that was weird, because when they came back, they all had different abilities and stuff. Yeah. I like One Piece. It's just, it's so hard to follow, because there's so much of it. Last year, I tried to basically skim through a lot of it because I wanted to watch the One Piece live action show, and I did my best, but it was hard. Like I said, I got up to Egghead, and I had missed half of the stuff. I didn't even know what was going on. I skipped a ton of arcs. A lot of them felt like filler. Like, I actually really feel like you need to have like a guide of someone who's an expert and be like, here's the key plot lines you need to watch, right? And then they tell you that you only watch those. Skip the others. How many cards in a pack? I think there's 12 cards in a One Piece pack. 12. So a little bit more than Pokemon, but less than Magic the Gathering. It's kind of in the middle. But I also don't know if those cards are all play cards or if there's like token cards or energy cards. I don't know how the One Piece set works. So we'll see. I'm excited. I don't even know what cards are in there. Like, what characters will be featured in that set, the time of battle? Does it span the entirety of One Piece? Is it only one time period of One Piece? I don't know. Will I get a hit? Will I even know it's a hit? I don't know how the cards look in One Piece. Are they foil? Are they metallic? How do they look if they're special cards? I have no idea. This will be exciting to do it for the first time. I'm actually pretty excited. And the meme guy did another 100 kicks. This guy's doing a lot of kicks today. Well, thank you. Let's go. Let's rally some support for One Piece. Let's get some super chats. Let's get a membership. Let's get a sub. Let's get some kicks. And let's get a tip. Right now, one of each. For the end of the morning show, let's get one of each and rally and hit 150, and then we'll have another pack. Let's go. Let's do it right now. Come on. Tiger Prim says, it's nice that you watched the live action. Even that doesn't give out the full detail of what the anime has to offer. I'm well aware because I watched the early seasons of the anime and then the live action after. And I like the live action a lot, but the anime has a ton more. It's like I said, you don't have the same impact, for example. So they meet up with, I already forgot her name, the character who's the Princess of Alabasta. I've totally forgotten her name already. So they meet up with her in the anime. They're with her for like 2 seasons, right? They go through several arcs with her as part of the crew before they eventually get back to Alabasta, Vivi, right? They eventually go back to Alabasta with her as part of the crew, and then it's a really meaningful thing. In the show, they meet her, and she's with them for like 3 episodes. And now they're going back to Alabasta already. It's like, wait, what? So how could that possibly have the same impact? It doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't at all. Did I know I have the same emote twice? Yes, it's because one of those emotes is available for those who are in my chat, and one of those emotes is available for someone who's a sub of mine, so you can use it outside of my chat. So, for example, if you wanted to go to the casino stream and tell them to eat shit out of your ass with a spoon, you could do it if you're sub, but only if you're sub. There you go. Saying that you should bring back the Luffy hat. Oh, that stuff's buried. All that stuff, I buried it in the bottom of my closet. I'm only taking it out once a year. I can't even easily get to it. I put a whole bunch of shit on top, including files, and the game collection is sitting on top of it. So it is not easily available, sadly. What do I think of the red face emote? I think it's funny that red face became known for the red face emote. Is it even called red face? When you hover over it, it doesn't say what it is. Is it red face? I don't know if that's a red face emote or not, but it's funny that he was called that based on the emote. Do I have a favorite character from the live action One Piece? Well, again, I feel like certain characters just aren't fleshed out enough. And that's kind of the problem. Like, I feel like Zoro has gotten a ton of time, right? Now, this last season, of course, I need to think of the whole cast because I haven't even thought of the show in so long. I'm trying to remember all the characters' names. Hold on. Give me a second here. So, Okay, so I feel in the 2 seasons that have come out of One Piece live action, okay, they gave a ton of time, obviously, to Luffy. They gave a ton of time to Zoro. And this last season was the Nami season because you go, well, the end of the first season was the Fishman arc with Nami. I don't think, like, the Sanji stuff, I don't know, it just felt like he was turboed through. Even though, yeah, it's a couple episodes, I just don't feel like he's fleshed out as much. And in the real show, he is. And in this, he's more rushed over. And Vivi, I mean, again, we're kind of like speeding through the Vivi arcs too. Because on the show, the original show, the anime, she becomes like a trusted member of the crew and they all like her over time because she helps them out so much over the course of these seasons that she's with them, right? Here, it's like, oh, she's with them for like 2 episodes. And now all of a sudden, oh, now we trust her so much, we're going to go back to her homeland to try to help her or whatever. And it just, I don't know. I definitely feel like there's pros and cons. Because if they don't rush stuff, the show will never get made. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just way too long of a series and a plot line to not rush through it. But it doesn't seem to have the same impact. Like, Vivi barely fought at all in the live action show, right? At all. Remember in the anime, she fought with the yo-yos, and it showed she has this yo-yo tech and stuff, and that's how she could be known as one of the assassins. In the live action show, she used it like once. And it's like, what? Like, she wasn't even effective with them. So, like, she's not believable as an assassin because you barely see her fight. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I just got an email from a liquor store saying, vote and contact Congress. Keep THC-infused beverages legal because they're going to become illegal on November 12th. So you have to campaign with your government to keep weed-infused drinks legal. I never had one. Maybe I should try one before they become illegal. We should rush to the liquor store and buy THC drinks. I didn't even know they had them. Any thoughts on the Elden Ring movie? No. I'm not even gonna... Until we see anything about it, I don't even want to talk about it. It could be horrible. Who knows? What's the highest value hit in that One Piece set? I think it's $1,000. I can check. I think it's OP-16. It's at the time of battle, right? The time of battle. I spelled it wrong. Here it is. The time of battle. It's 119 cards in the set. Oh, that's right. My app. This is so stupid. The app does it in a really dumb way where it shows the least valuable card first, but then if you click on it, it shows the real value. So it shows, let's see. Yeah, see, it shows, oh, Mr. 3, $7. When you click on it, it says, no, the real Mr. 3 value is $41. So honestly, I don't know because the app is flawed in this regard, and it won't actually show me the highest value of a particular card because all the variants are included in the same scan. Like here's a Luffy, $1. Then you click on it. Oh, there's a variant that's $45. Oh, here we go. So it's Sakazuki. Sakazuki, his common card is worth 76 cents. His rare card is worth $1,223. Sakazuki. That's pretty insane value. I don't think I've even had, outside of Ascended Heroes, I haven't opened a Pokemon set that's had a card that's been that valuable. Yeah. So there's a chance I could have a $1,200 card in that box right now. There's a chance. It's probably not a good chance, but there is a chance. Yeah, it's just impossible to really tell. I'm trying to find valuable cards, but when I click on them, the values are completely randomized. The app doesn't work very well. I'll have to find a better app for One Piece. Yeah, I'll have to find a much better app for One Piece. Because the Rare Candy app doesn't seem to work very well for it. Okay. Akainu Sakazuki, the Fleet Admiral of the Marines, says Sylvania. So that's a $1,200 card if you get the rare one. Because there's more than one. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what the weed-infused drinks would taste like. But apparently they have them, and they're about to make them illegal here unless the laws change. Okay. What happened to the music? It went away for a second. It came back. That was weird. Okay. All right, folks. I think it's time to end the morning show and get started with Dark Souls 2. Hope that you guys will stick around and hang out as I play. Please support the stream. Let's get to 150. Let's open more than 2 packs of One Piece. Let's do 3 or more for our celebration of the start of One Piece. Let's go and let's rally and let's get some packs opened, right? Let's do it. What's up, TX Shooter? How you doing? No, I don't think they have drinks infused with the drug that's speed. I don't think they have that, Battle Duck. Okay. Okay. All right. Good morning show. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Let's get set up for Dark Souls 2, and tomorrow we'll summarize how today went with One Piece and Final Fantasy and more. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Okay. Let's go. Let's get set up, everybody. All right. Here we are. Emoticon picker. What the hell is that? Look at this. What is this? Emoticon picker. I've never even seen that before. It's glowing. I don't know why. Weird. Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Captain DCW, how you doing? Thanks for renewing your super membership. Appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, I know it sucks. If I don't turn off the online, the hackers are going to keep joining the game, which is so lame. I want to have invasions. I don't want hacking, and the hackers won't stop joining my game. So I don't, unless you guys have a suggestion, I don't know how I'm supposed to fix it besides going offline, which sucks. You know? So what do I do? Any suggestions, guys? Or do I go offline, or else we can't play because this hacker keeps messing with me? Some asshole. Yeah, I'm being told staying offline is the way to stop it. Damn, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. It really does. What sucks? Having to go offline. Because, number one, the invasions are supposed to be part of the gameplay of the game. It's lame that I can't do real invasions now because the hacker keeps cheating and messing with my game. That's number one. Number two, the messages on the ground are part of the game. You're supposed to be able to see the universe's messaging, you know? And now I don't get any of that. It's bullshit. Okay. See where we are with the volume. I probably have to adjust it here. I do. Way too loud. Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome back. If you remember, last time what we were doing is we were farming for some torches here in the gutter. And we actually were successful. If I remember, we had grabbed a few torches, did we not? Let's see. Yeah, we had 12 minutes. Because remember, we need more torches to be able to see when we go back to the Halls of Pharaohs. Or, excuse me, the Doors of Pharaohs. In addition, I think we should go back and do a quick jog through the town again to try to find that other bonfire we missed and to go explore, because now I have that key where we can open that door that's next to the Crow Woman down in the spider area. If I remember correctly, there is an Estus shard or flask. There's something there that I need that's important. I'm almost positive there's something good there. So I think we should do that. I guess we'll jog through a few more times here and see if we can get a few more torches before we leave. 220, thanks for 100 kicks. I appreciate it. Okay. Dome Splitter. Oh, yeah. He says... Oh. He says you're going to want to show One Piece cards like the Pokemon cards bottom up. There's actually red-backed cards that are leader cards. Are those the valuable ones? Huh. All right, anyway. There's all about One Piece cards because I got my very first box of One Piece cards today. Just arrived. And we're going to check them out together at the end of this stream. We're going to do our first unpackings, and I'm excited to see what they turn out like. Stop that. Crushed them. How do I get to the other bridge? There's another bridge here I need to cross. Is that it there? That's it there. Good start. Don't a bunch of guys with torches show up here? Remember, I went here. And I was walking in here, and there were enemies I was fighting, and then all of a sudden I turned around, and there was a ton of dudes with torches, remember? But where do they come from? Is that them there? Here they come. So when you walk over here, somehow you aggro guys with torches. And then they come after you. Which is good, because I need these torches, and they're dropping them. Look. Wait. Oh, you're kidding. The items phase through, and you don't get them. What a complete ripoff. Yep. The items phase through the ground, and you don't get them. You have to mash the button before the item phases through the floor. So I just lost the torch. Nice. So what's up here? Isn't this a door that wasn't open? It wouldn't open? Does it open now because I beat the area? No. There's a locked door and it doesn't open. So I still don't know what this door is. I wonder what it is. It's gotta be something. Huh. Alright, well, I'm probably just gonna kill myself. Elusive Moose, thanks for $2. Says, I'm going on a date tonight. Any advice? Yeah, put clothes on. Don't go completely nude. That usually backfires. Gotta leave something to the imagination, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's go again. If we get more torches, we're good. Looks like 30 minutes of torches. Then we can actually do all of Doors of Pharaohs, you know? Yep. Nice. Another torch. So we just gotta wait for the torch guys because they're gonna come over here. They're gonna aggro and come over here. See, they're coming. How the hell? How do they aggro from the other side of the map and come over here? That's insane, but they do. See, they're coming for me right now. How do they aggro from the other side of the map? What's up, Netmuck? Good to see you. How are you? Here they come. Got it. Oh, it's a poison throwing knife. I didn't get that one. That one phased through. I was mashing. I didn't even get it. Let's try to back over here. Maybe if I back to this area, better chance. Nope, you didn't drop anything. Get ready. Nice. Okay, so we got 30 minutes now. 32. It's not bad. No, we went in these caves and there's nothing in them, right? I'm pretty sure. Insta poison. It's hilarious that the items pass through the wall, the ground. Like, again, the game is how old? They never patched that to fix it so that your item doesn't pass through the floor. They couldn't be bothered to fix it. Yes, my drop rate ring is on. Correct. They're coming. Nice. Okay. Perfect. All right, we're good. So I think first thing I want to do is I want to go back. Yeah. I want to go back to Brightstone Cove. I want to run through it. I want to see if we can get that bonfire that we missed past the chapel. Okay. Comedy Master says, I've been doom scrolling on TikTok. These K-pop songs are stuck in my head. Any K-pop song stuck in your head? There used to be a song. So when my wife first moved here with me, she used to listen to K-pop. She doesn't anymore. She actually hates it now. Okay, it's a lot of changes in like 7-8 years. And there used to be this song. I swear to God, it sounded like they were singing, "Making bacon, man. We're making bacon. Yeah, we're making bacon. Making bacon." And yes, it would get stuck in my head. Now, I'm sure they weren't saying making bacon, ooh, we're making bacon, but that's exactly what it sounded like. Look at these assholes. I love that I barely hurt these guys. They're like peasants, right? And I could barely hurt them. For some reason, they're massively damage resistant. Skip all the spiders. Okay, so apparently past here there's a save room, and I missed it. Probably right here to the right, because I dropped here to the left to get that guy, and I missed him a bunch of times. So I bet if I go to the right, there's probably a save or a bonfire. And there is. Okay, so we got a bonfire. That's good. Now, if we can get down to the Crow Woman, there's a door we can open now, I believe. Hi. Stood there, didn't even do anything. Is that it? Just a spider down there and an item, and that's all it's down there? Nothing else? Oh, here we go. Wilted dusk herb. That's the annoying sniper. When you're trying to get the stupid, bug, that guy snipes your ass, yeah. Wibbly, thank you for 100 kicks. I appreciate that, Wibbly. Guys, we're now at 109 of support. We're heading towards our next milestone of 150. When we hit that, we'll be opening 3 packs of my brand spanking new One Piece cards. I finally killed it. So in reality, that's probably the way they intend for you to kill that bug. You get it this way, and it runs into the dead end, and you can get it. Cool. Here's the bonfire we didn't get. Asshole. This guy again. I gotta find the door. Right? I don't know where the door is. And we gotta find it because we gotta open it. I have the key. We already did this room, but we gotta find the bonfire door. Anyone remember where the bonfire door is? It's in this area, but I can't freaking remember exactly where. That Titanite chunk. Can we go back now, or are we stuck here? Remember, these guys will run now. Spiders run from the torch. I think I might have missed it again. We missed the bonfire again because I didn't know how to get to it. There's a door somewhere to enter it, and I didn't find it. What does this mean? Too heavy to open? I don't understand that. Oh. It was full of dirt. Can't open it. Locked. I'm almost positive in this other bonfire room that we missed, that's also where there's like an Estus shard and stuff. I'm almost positive. How is this a dead end? I don't even understand this. How am I in a dead end right now? There's no way back? I guess not. I guess we got a homeward bone and try again. I somehow missed it. Yeah, I think there's a ring that makes you immune to spikes, and you can walk there and get those items, but I don't have it. Yeah. I honestly don't remember. So I know up there. We couldn't get up there. Yeah, I don't see a way to do this. We're stuck. There. Nope. There's an item over there. No way to get to it. Yeah, it sucks. It's in that chaotic area, right? It's in that very chaotic area where you got the stupid summon, where you got the stupid, whatchamacallit? The, guy who's petrifying everything. That's the area where we gotta go. Okay. I got another torch. That's good. Well, I'm not getting him. So this is how we got the item. We got it. That was the item up high. Yeah. Okay. Now we're in a totally different area. This is a new area. Cool. Okay, pull. What does this do? Oh, look at that. Fuck out of here. Oh, come on. They're gonna make me jump. They do a weird jump, an awkward jump. Southern Ritual Band +1. Don't know what that does. Number of spells. It's for a magic build. So it just looped. This is where we were before. There she is, but where's the goddamn save room? This is what we gotta figure out. Where is the save room? It's in this area. Is this it? It's not open from this side. How the fuck do I get in it? Where the fuck does it open from? How do I do this? This is pissing me off. I just want to get this area done. I know there's items in here I need and shit, and I can't figure this out. This is driving me crazy. I don't see a way to do it from here, so maybe you don't do it from here. Alright, does anyone see it? I don't see a way to do it from here. This looks like it's all blocked. I don't see a way to do it. Adam Outlaw, there's literally a bonfire right here. It's in this room. But you need to open this door from the other side, see? I have the key, but I don't know how to fucking get to it. And it's driving me nuts. I want to do it. Like I said, I'm almost positive there's an Estus shard in there. I'm almost fucking positive there's an Estus shard. You can only get it from the upper floors, so how do we get to the upper floors? How do we do it? If you go here, you fall in and you can't get back. It's a dead end. done this. This is the room with the monster and the chest. We did this already. Gotta go all the way back up to the zipline area? Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So is it here that you drop down? There's multiple ways. You could drop here, or you can drop over here. And I don't know which way to drop. What's up, Beef Supreme? Maybe this is it. Maybe that's the door right there. Oh, I got an item. Oh, that was actually good. I overshot the jump, but I got to an area I wanted to be. What are you doing? Stop that. Well, it's homeward bone. We're gonna end up using all my homeward bones here. Seriously, we are. So I got those items. I wanted those. That was Twinkling Titan. I definitely wanted that. No, I don't know how to raid on YouTube. Large Titanite shot. Okay. So now I can try the other way, going down to the right instead of the left. Out of the way. Right? Is there a way to go here? I think. I can't see. Or am I supposed to zip line down? Maybe I zip line down? Maybe I zip line down first. I don't see anything below me here, right? Okay, maybe this is it. Ah. Bat staff. Bat staff. Lightning urn. Rouge water. Whatever the hell rouge water is. That's new. There's a thing here, but I don't want to fall in because I get the feeling that's the wrong place to fall. Here's a ladder. Okay. Bat staff. Aha. And a lot of spiders. Petrification guy? There's a petrification guy in here too. No, it was the pots, and the pots got destroyed, so we're okay. Okay. There we are. Because this is supposed to be the bonfire where you're going to constantly go back to the crow woman. Yeah. So you can get your boss stuff. Okay. We're good. We've done it now. That's all I wanted to do. We actually got a new Twinkling Titanite too. We'll see if maybe I can upgrade my weapon. Took a half an hour, but we got it done. That was frustrating, but hey. Okay. Yes, we have just enough now. Sweet. Let's do it.